a mother of 4 found dead in an overflowing bathtub in her own home. Suicide, accident? No way. Mommy is covered in cuts and bruises to the arms, the legs, the neck, even Mommy's lips. Bruised, swollen. Blood in the bathroom and bedroom? How could this be an accident? Why hasn't there been an arrest in this case? That's what I want to know tonight. Straight out to John Phillips, joining me from KABC. John, what I want to hear about first is the crime scene, because that's going to hold all my answers.
Well, Nancy, the crime scene was a mess, as you described. This is in the bathroom that actually spilled out into the bedroom in this woman's house. She was in the bathtub with the water on, and as you described, there were bruises all over her body, her lips,
and cuts,
her arms, cuts all over everywhere. There was blood, Nancy, not only in the bathtub, not only adjacent to where she was, but there was blood near the window. There was blood on the comforter in the bedroom.
Straight out to Alexis Weed. Alexis, what happened in the hours leading up to her death, apparently?
Well, Nancy, one thing of note I wanted to point out, too, is that the ex-husband, he was interviewed by police after Uda was found dead by the boyfriend, and he had told police, allegedly, that he didn't know where the F, this is a quote, where the F he was the night that Uda was killed.
You're talking about the ex-husband, the father of the 4 children,
right,
the bio dad?
Yes.
Okay, and his response is what?
He said, I don't know where the F I was, to police, allegedly.
Okay, so the mother of your 4 children is dead, and when police say, okay, where were you? He goes, I don't know where the I was.
Right.
That's his answer?
Right.
That's what he tells police?
Right, and police also noticed, as did his co-workers, that he had scratching on his forearms, also had an abrasion on his eye, and also had some internal bleeding on the white part of his eye.
Joining me right now is another special guest. It is Fred Mitos, John Wall's criminal attorney. Fred, thank you for being with us.
All right, thank you for having me.
Fred, why would he say such a thing when police ask him the innocent question as to where was he?
Well, I haven't seen the entire context of the interview, and it's my understanding he also told them that he had been at home. It was a lengthy interview, and without seeing in what context he made that statement, I can't answer that. The other thing that I'm getting very disturbed about is your description of the crime scene, and it's a gross exaggeration to say that she was covered in cuts and bruises. There were 3 cuts on the left wrist, one a superficial cut that was 1.6 centimeters long, a small sharp injury that was 0.6 of a centimeter long, about 0.3 of a centimeter deep, then a larger irregular cut that was 3.5 by 0.9 centimeters. Those are all on the inside or the flexor side of the wrist, which is consistent where people attempt to commit suicide.
There was one other cut on.
Let me finish, please. There was one other cut on her leg.
Well, you've gone on for so long, uninterrupted, but also police say that those wounds are consistent with defensive wounds, that she was fighting someone. Did they not?
The medical examiner said they could be. The research I've done and my experience in criminal defense is that generally with defensive wounds, you see them on the hands or on the front part of the arms as if you're defending yourself in a knife attack. There's also another cut on the lower leg that's not consistent.
Wait a minute, sir. Hold on. Your experience, it's my understanding, while you've got a very good reputation as a criminal defense lawyer, you have a JD, do you not?
I do.
Not to be confused with an MD, a medical doctor, and the medical examiner says these wounds are consistent with defensive wounds. Could you explain to me why there was bruising and swelling to her mouth?
There was no indication of swelling to the mouth. The medical examiner's report indicates that on the lower lip there were some minor contusions just outside the what's the vermilion border, which I understand is the inside of the lip, and they measure 0.2 of a centimeter in the greatest dimension. That was
And
the
your
bruising on the
explanation,
inside
I
of the mouth.
appreciate that. I can read very well from the medical examiner's report. But I'm asking you, under a theory of suicide, why would there be bruising to her mouth?